welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa. If you're new here, in my last video, I upcycled these pedestal tables, and when doing so, all these internet modems and routers and cables are now on the ground. So in today's video, I'm going to find a storage solution for these. So I found this old magazine stand at the thrift store for $10, and it matches the wood and the pedestal tables perfectly. So I thought this would be kind of the perfect base to start the storage solution. So let's just get crafty.
Like I said, I found this at the thrift store, so it probably had, I would honestly say, like 50 years of just dirt and grime. It was so gross. So with my vacuum, I'm just cleaning it up, and then with warm soapy water and a cloth, just getting rid of all that grime.
Now that the box is all clean, I want the box to be the power source. As you can see right now, everything's to the wall, and that was really messy. So I need to want everything plugged internally in this box. So I got this guy, and the plan is to drill a hole at the back so that the power source come out the back, like so.
On the back side, with a white marker, I'm tracing out the size of the hole that I'll need for the plug. So you'll see I make a mistake later on, but I think in theory this would work, so you could do this plan if you wanted. So what I'm doing here is, with a large drill bit, I'm cutting out 3 holes in the corner. My plan was to use a jigsaw for this portion, but my jigsaw blade wasn't deep enough for the thickness of this wood. So I improvised, and I was like, why don't I just drill out the rest? And to my surprise, it was kind of working. And this is when things started to really go wrong. My boyfriend came home and he was like, what are you doing? I have a tool for this. And it's this hole making tool. And I was like, you're right, that is the correct tool to use. So I tried to start it and it wasn't really working. He was like, let me give it a go. And yeah, you'll see. You'll see. It completely scratched up the wood. And this really would have worked if there was not an existing hole in place. So after sitting with it for a little bit, I was like, you know what, that was the right tool. Let me just keep going. I'm gonna try to use it on the bottom, and let's just see. And yeah, that looks great. That worked perfectly.
Am I proud of it? No. Could I have done better? Definitely. Am I disappointing myself? Yes. But I'm gonna keep going. I think, you know, it is gonna be at the back. It's gonna be below if you're not gonna see it. And I mean, like, I think it'll be fine. I think these things happen. We live and learn. Okay, moving on to the part I'm most excited about is gonna be the screening of this box. And to do that is, I just have some wood that's gonna be a simple frame that's gonna sit on top. And then the actual screening device is this beautiful aluminum perforated metal panel that I found at Home Depot. And it's like this gorgeous, like brassy copper color. And I'm just so excited to use it. So let's get going.
To make the frame, I measured the box and knew the dimensions of the exact top that I'll need. And then I decided to get real fancy with this, and I wanted to do 45-degree mitered corners. So I am hand sawing a 45-degree. Using some sandpaper, I cleaned up the sides, and I did this 3 more times to have all 4 sides of my frame complete. With a paintbrush and some wood glue, I'm gluing together the inside edges to create a corner and pressing firmly to ensure that it stays. Now that we have a frame, I'm just going to leave this for a little bit to dry. Now that it's all dry, I'm going in with a wood filler in between the edges, and this is to get a really seamless finish. The wood putty also needs some time to dry, so as it's drying, I'm going ahead and just tracing onto the metal screen the size that I'll need. I was curious to see if a utility knife would cut the metal screen, and it is cutting it. It's just going very slow and it's gonna dull out my knife, so I decided that this wasn't the best approach. If this is all you have, this will work. It just takes patience. Wire cutters is definitely the better option. This is going a lot quicker. Moving my attention back to the frame with some sandpaper, I'm just sanding off that putty, making sure that everything is real smooth. With a paintbrush, I'm applying a stain that matches the box. I'm also applying stain to my big boo-boo that I hope you forgot. Did you forget? I did 3 coats of the stain and I sanded lightly in between each coat.
The frame is dry and it matches perfectly. So now all it's left to do is polish up the box and put our metal on.
With a furniture scratch remover and polish, I'm just buffing up the magazine rack so it matches the frame, because it was looking a little dull beside the frame.
While I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna start gluing in the metal.
So my metal panel had a protective plastic film on it, so I'm just peeling that off. So using some super glue, I super glued the edges, but I had a feeling this wouldn't work. That's why I have that staple gun right beside me. So I just super glued the edges, put it down, and added some weights on it. It wasn't sticking, so then I was like, okay, I'll just go in with the staple gun. Let's take a moment to look at the before. And now, oh, that looks so good and clean. Oh, I love it.
This looks so good. It matches the living room perfectly. Like the wood is the exact same color as the table, and it fits, like it just tucks into that chair so well. And I love the idea of taking something that was like left at the thrift store and repurposing it into something that works for my home. And it's kind of funny because it was like an old magazine holder, and now for the beginner it is the new magazine, New Entertainment. And yeah, I just like love that I made it work for my space. If you like this tutorial and want to see more, please subscribe. My name is Vanessa. Bye!